Just like Chris Bumstead can blow up, so can Shaun Clarida.
Lose all the body fat and be in shape, but not go super deep, and then he can come back.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a one-of-a-kind comparison for you. It's the reigning 6-time Classic Physique Olympia champion, Chris Bumstead, facing off against the 2-time 212 Olympia champion, Shaun Clarida. Both have achieved legendary status in their respective divisions, but today we're looking at how these champions stack up against each other in a hypothetical open bodybuilding matchup. This comparison is particularly exciting since Chris recently won his 6th Olympia title and announced his retirement from Classic Physique. His next challenge, competing in the 2024 EVLS Pro in open bodybuilding. As for Shaun Clarida, he's already tested the waters in the open division, proving he can hold his own. So let's dive into each pose and see how these two incredible athletes compare. Starting off with the front double bicep, Chris Bumstead shows that iconic classic physique look with his elongated arms, detailed biceps and controlled midsection, which is one of the best in the business. Chris' wide clavicles and incredible symmetry give him a natural V-taper that's hard to beat. On the other hand, Shaun Clarida may not have the height or clavicle width of Chris, but he makes up for it with dense, compact muscle and razor-sharp conditioning. His biceps are thick and peak impressively, and he presents a balanced, solid frame. While Chris's physique flows effortlessly, Shaun's conditioning and sheer muscle density make his pose pop with a more rugged look. In the front lat spread, Chris Bumstead's width shines. His shoulders flare out beautifully, creating an almost flower-like expansion that opens up his physique and showcases his classic proportions. His lats, combined with his narrow waist, create an impressive X-frame. For Shaun, this pose highlights his incredible muscle thickness and depth, but his narrower structure limits his ability to spread as wide as Chris. Although Shaun doesn't have the same width, he brings in a level of conditioning that's hard to match, which keeps him in the game even against someone with a larger frame. Moving to the side chest, Chris's structure once again gives him a visual edge. His wide shoulders and ribcage expansion create an impressive silhouette that dominates from the side. While his chest isn't as thick as some open competitors, he still looks outstanding with his classic lines and balance. Shaun Clarida, however, brings incredible density to this pose. His chest is thick and full, packed with striations, and his arms are massive, showing off that dense 212 muscle. Shaun's compact build gives him an intense, muscle-bound look in the side chest, while Chris wins in aesthetic flow and structure. The side triceps is where Chris's classic physique approach shines again. He uses his height and small waist to pull off an impressive vacuum in this pose, giving it a very aesthetic feel. His triceps are long and well-shaped, contributing to a streamlined appearance. However, in open competition, some might argue that Chris's arms could use a bit more thickness to stand out. Shaun, meanwhile, has some of the most impressive triceps thickness in the 212 division. His triceps are compact and dense and pack an incredible punch in this pose. He doesn't use a vacuum, but the sheer muscle thickness combined with his razor-sharp conditioning gives him a harder, more rugged look. On to the back double bicep, which could be the deciding pose in many matchups. Chris Bumstead has a well-balanced back with good width and detail, especially in his lower back, where his Christmas tree adds to his classic appeal. His hamstrings and glutes are well conditioned, but it's not quite at the razor-sharp level seen in the 212 division. Shaun's back, though more compact, is incredibly dense and conditioned. He displays deep muscle separation with thick traps, lats, and lower back that seem to explode in this pose. His glutes and hamstrings are exceptionally conditioned, giving him a slight edge in this pose. While Chris brings a graceful, aesthetic back double bicep, Shaun's intensity in detail and conditioning is remarkable. Back lat spread is another pose that highlights the differences in their physiques. Chris's rear lat spread opens up beautifully, showing off his tall frame and broad shoulders. His back creates an impressive taper with a small waist that enhances his X shape from behind. Shaun, while not as wide, presents a denser, more conditioned look. His lower body, especially his hamstrings and glutes, is exceptionally defined, giving him a crisp and hard appearance. Shaun's density and conditioning in this pose give him a polished look. For the abdominal and thigh pose, Chris's naturally narrow waist and prominent V-taper make this one of his strongest poses. His abs are tight and his thigh sweep gives him that classic X-frame look. Shaun, while not having the small waist of a classic physique athlete and does not have control over his midsection, his abs are not visible looking gut in his midsection. His thick, detailed quads and visible conditioning give him a good look, even if it's less traditionally aesthetic than Chris's physique. Finally, the most muscular. While not mandatory in classic physique, Chris Bumstead shows excellent muscle density and feathering in his quads when he hits this pose. His structure allows him to stand out, but as an open competitor, he'll face athletes with much more mass here. Shaun Clarida's most muscular, meanwhile, is a display of pure muscle density and conditioning. His traps, shoulders, and arms are thick and densely packed, making him look massive despite his smaller stature. Shaun's size in proportion to his frame creates an overwhelming appearance, where he may have the edge in terms of muscle mass and conditioning. So who would win in an open division setting? It's a tough call. Chris Bumstead brings the classic structure, aesthetics, and balanced flow, making him a true standout in bodybuilding. However, Shaun Clarida's compact density, conditioning, and muscle maturity are formidable and can't be overlooked. In real competition, Shaun's muscle maturity and conditioning might just give him the win in some poses, but Chris's aesthetic flow and balanced physique would keep him in strong contention overall. Let us know in the comments who you think would come out on top. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more comparisons from All About Bodybuilding. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.